I'm going live. This is kind of a challenge I'm making to myself. So I kind of did it again. So I watched my last catch, and this is a reoccurring problem that I have. Is I use way too many filler words, and my camera angle is not focused on the predator like it should be. Yeah, it's a very tough thing to not use filler words. I noticed. I kind of tried a couple times and then it just doesn't work out. But I don't know, I saw a couple self improvement segments on it. They just say to use silence as a tool. So where you would kind of use a filler word, you would pause. So yeah, that's just something that I'm going to be working on for future catches. So I'm not going to be like, yeah, or like. I use like a lot. Thanks, Anderson. But yeah, it was I was kind of cringing at myself on on my last sketch. Maybe we should do a catch review. Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could do actually a breakdown of it right now. That'd be a good idea. Let's watch the catch. Every time you improve, you get better. Your last catch was great. Thanks. Should we count the ums? Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of likes. There's a lot of yes. There's a lot of ahs. So it's kind of like the strategy is I think I just need to be deliberate at what I'm saying and to use silence as a tool instead of using a filler word. That's pretty much what I've kind of done some late research on as a technique. Can you explain what the fuck is going on, bro? I'm not really sure what you mean. I'm just live right now. So I thought it was a 10 out of 10. Did he end up getting arrested? So they ended up taking his phone and they brought him to the police station. I don't think they could conduct an arrest as they explained it to me for legal reasons. So the purpose of it was to, yeah, they seized his phone, but they didn't arrest. What the fuck is even going on? Yeah, what's going on is we might review a catch. All right, for another night. I am late and trying to catch up. Great catch the other night. Thanks. Cam is trying to get some PR for his van company. He's selling candles. Yeah, I think Cam is just doing a stunt. I think he did it. I think the guy looks exactly like him. Let's share this catch out. This was the weirdest catch. And usually when I do a catch, I'm in an extra thrown off state of mind. Just because especially it's just like it's these are weird people. You know? Let's see. So we'll share this. Got it. So if you remember, as I'm going up to this guy, I'm pretending I'm an Uber driver, and I'm asking for the pin that I had basically made up. That the decoy told him that it's a pin. Yeah, this is a catch. I'm obviously not doing a catch live. I mean, it's not a live catch, but this is a catch. Yes. Hey, I'm with that Uber teen. Yeah, I have a passenger to this address. I have a passenger to this address. Yeah. Do you have the pin? This is a catch. Do you have the pin?
Number 106144.
That's a pin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's tape it in. I'll just let her out.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of talk to you about something. So, you know, you're here to meet. Who are you here to meet?
I don't know.
So I do know. So basically, I'm just with an organization that prevents child abuse. I'm not a cop or anything. Basically, kind of how this kind of works is.
All misunderstanding.
No, I know. So like my kind of thing is like basically how it works is I just gotta like kind of find out like maybe if this is going on online kind of like for other kids.
Yeah.
And basically how this works is like
I don't talk to her anymore anyway. I'm gonna stop now anyway.
No, I believe you. Yeah, that's real. But I'm saying like how this kind of works is like you'll be appointed like an advocate, like a counselor or something like that in the mail.
How do we do? Have one.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying you might get another one for this case.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll just mean like basically as long as you cooperate, the DA will see that. Like
I already have that already done.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I don't have control. This is kind of like another case. So
I have my own case before.
No, I know, this is a new case.
Yeah.
This is a new situation, right?
Yeah. No, it's not a new case. It's been.
I know this is a new case because this is just the guy. This is the girl.
How you been, man?
It So I don't. It wasn't. Were you?
This is how you been.
Did you interact with someone like me before?
No.
Well, you said you did.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering why.
No, man.
So basically, I just kind of want to know if we can just have an honest talk, just so we can just get to the bottom of it. And
But it just, I'm honestly sorry. I'm forget about it. Okay?
No, I know, but like the thing is, like, okay, I'll just kind of put it this way, like, you know how like you know, like
How old are you anyway, bro?
I'm 30.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, if we could just have a talk away from people, I don't want to. I just don't want to embarrass you, but like we kind of do have to have a talk. It's just like it's a criminal matter. Like it's not like a criminal matter. All right.
That's my roommate.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get your room. Yeah, but yeah, and I just have to use this as like a safety feature. So it's kind of like for my protection and yours.
While you're here.
Yeah. Just
I'm not gonna do
no, I
that.
know. I just gonna have to do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you something. What I'm gonna do. See her. What I'm gonna do is profile and what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Block. She's blocked.
Okay.
She's blocked.
So that's fine.
Keep her blocked.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying like a part of the process is we just got to figure out like what was going on so that I can just like refer you to get help.
She started it all.
No, I believe that. I'm just saying like okay. All I'm trying to say, if you could just listen for a little bit, is like how this works is if I can like show you're getting help or whatever for this, you can like the DA will see that and you won't get the charge. All right. I'm just telling you how this works.
Yeah.
Okay. But I kind of work with like I mean, it also applies in Pennsylvania. But
I'm in group home.
That's
why I told you I'm getting help already for it.
Yeah. So I'm saying like you don't have to worry about like charges or whatever. Cause like if you just
I'm still in the scene. I'm still seeing that therapist. I'm gonna bring that up with him.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying like I'm saying how this works is you have to be referred to like another advocate for this case.
He runs with my program.
Okay, no, I see that.
So yeah,
but
he's the one that deals with all this stuff.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm saying like okay, so I'm saying like reality is like
Sorry.
how old how old was the girl?
She's saying 13.
She's saying 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
she's lying. And first she's saying she was older than that. And all that.
When did you say she was older than that?
She did.
You know, I have the conversation right here. Okay, I was actually like real quick just for your
fake Facebook page.
Yeah. I believe that, but like, how old did she say she was?
At first, she said older than that.
What? I mean, I have it right here.
It was in the beginning. I have to record, dude.
Yeah, you can record it. That's fine. What?
No, you.
I have to do it for safety things. I have to. I don't have a choice. So like, who started the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I'm saying like how this kind of works. All right, I'll just like explain like how this works is you know, there's like, you know, sex offenders that are sentenced for like harsh sentences. I know that.
Yeah, so basically kind of my new way of going about it is kind of pretending some kind of, I don't even know, community advocate. And if he just kind of cooperates with the process, that, you know, he won't be charged with a crime. Now, in no way am I saying that I'm in law enforcement or I'm saying he's under arrest in that scenario. But that's kind of one way or another saying, if you be honest, there's a path to not get charged, which you don't have to tell the truth. You know, obviously I'm trying to get him to incriminate himself. Yeah, so he was blowing a vape. I mean that kind of understandably could throw me off. I mean, you know, but I was really trying to do the catch. I drove about 6 hours for this one.
But I'm saying like there's a reason why they're allowed to like walk around in society, and that's because of dangerousness level. So I'm saying like by just cooperating, you'll reduce your dangerousness level, right? So that's what I'm trying to help you with.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Can you just forget about this and drop it?
I actually can't. So it's basically either me or like technically like if the person like didn't want to talk or anything, I just would have to like refer it to the police. It would be out of my control because I'm not a cop. Yeah. Like so basically it's like if I have this information and I don't have a resolution, it's out of my hands. Yeah. Like I would have to send it to the police, or I could like, be liable for that.
We don't want that.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so I just want to handle like, you know, better this way than that way. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, because I'm about to be a firefighter soon, and I don't want to fuck this up, dude.
No, and you won't. So you're doing the right thing. So just so like, I mean, I have the full conversation, right?
Yeah.
I know everything about it. So I'm asking you questions. I just want you to answer honestly because I know everything.
Yeah.
And I already know the answer. So I'm trying to measure your honesty.
True. Whatever we talked about was true.
Okay.
And I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry for everything.
Yeah, and I know you won't do it again.
No,
but like, pick a swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way.
Because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Well, saying, being vague about saying you work for an agency or an organization and then saying what the DA would do does not negatively affect the case. Like I could say that I think the DA is just going to arrest the entire city for some reason. You have the right to say that. So as long as you're not claiming to be law enforcement or detaining them of any kind, it doesn't pose an issue. Yeah, but kind of like some valid criticisms, I would say I'm using too many filler words there. My camera angle, it just kind of is going in and out, you know. I just got to get it still.
Yeah.
I mean,
but like,
honestly, I was raped before, a long time ago. That's why I'm like this.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I should brought that up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm saying, I know your plan in the future is to, you know, block the decoy and like to never do this again. I believe that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, what was the plan?
Yeah, we can say that. I can say the police won't arrest you. I can say right now the police won't arrest you if you just be honest. I can say that. I can lie.
For tonight, just so we can just get out of the way, so it can be like a new you.
Yeah,
you know, get
that's
help.
what I'm gonna do.
What was the plan? Because I know what the plan is.
She wanted to meet up with me, come over here, and have sex with me and shit. She said.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so I kind of would have to say, like who?
And she said she wanted to have kids with me and shit.
Yeah, but she said that in response, like who initiated that?
Yeah.
She, like, you initiated that, right?
Her name was.
Oh, don't say the name, please. Yeah.
I already know the name. Yeah.
I know you know the name.
That's what I'm saying. Who it was.
I know. I believe you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm saying. So the plan here, well, there's some talk about making babies, right?
Yeah.
Like you knew that. Talk about her mother. Like, what was the situation with her mother? Does she know that she would be here?
That's what she said. Yeah.
She knew she was gonna be here.
Mm-hmm. That's what she wrote too. She was on her way and all that shit.
She didn't like. So that's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't say she was gonna meet a friend. That's like probably
yeah,
a girl.
What she said. She went to say a friend and a girl.
Yeah, but
Girl.
she wouldn't say she was meeting up with some guy though.
No, she
40.
did not know.
Of course not, right? Because she would get in trouble. She's a 13-year-old girl.
I don't know why she did that shit.
Yeah, crazy.
Man, she got. I like. Don't get me in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
And you saw that on the text. I was like, don't get me in fucking trouble. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You saw what my text said. I said, this is a set. I knew this was a setup.
Yeah.
I knew this was a setup.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to worry about setups because, like, I'm telling you, like, I'm not a cop. You're going to get charged if you cooperate. You know, if you didn't, then I would have to, like, go to the police, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm just saying, like, you know, the plan here, like, it was a 13-year-old. You talked about making babies. And you asked about her period or something like that. What was that about?
It was just a question.
No, I know, but why?
I want to know girls when they start having periods. I don't know nothing about that shit.
Okay.
Honestly, I've never had sex before.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you actually asked the kid if she was a virgin.
Yeah. So that means I'm a virgin too.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Being honest.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and I guess I'm trying to ask, like, so the plan was, like, you know, like to make babies now, but you're not going to do it again, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So yeah.
I got a wife right now anyway.
You got a wife now?
Mm-hmm.
Man, what would she think if, like, she knew what was going on? Is she on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
That's
my wife.
Oh, you have your wife on the phone.
Yep, it's my wife.
So yeah, so this was a very random. I don't know how long the wife was on the phone, but the wife was on the phone, and she didn't really say anything. But I tried to explain the situation to her that he was, you know, there. I mean, not only cheating, but there to meet a minor. But I don't know what it is with her, but she didn't seem like she knew what was going on. She wasn't responsive to what was going on, so I don't know what the situation was for her, but yeah, I'll play this.
Okay.
She's hearing everything.
Okay.
So I got a witness.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
And she knows I see a therapist. Wifey, don't I see a therapist for sexting?
So, okay.
Because this happened to me in the past before my old program.
I'll say your names. What do you want me to call it? I don't want to use a real name.
Wife.
Okay, wife. Do you know what this is? Why I'm here today?
She knows.
Wait, do you know? Hello?
You so hi, sir.
I can't really. I don't think she's connected or something.
We both have disabilities.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the plan was like for her to sleep over tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally at that point, I just gave up with her. I don't know, explaining anything.
and for you to,
She wants to have sex with me too.
have sex with her. Yeah, if she wanted to have sex with you too, it wasn't like it was just you.
Yeah,
but like you did.
She agreed with both of that.
Yeah,
Like,
she agreed with what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like from looking at the conversation, like, and I'm answering this question because I already know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Who initiated the sexual talk? Because I know what the answer is.
Both. Me
it
and
can't
her.
be both. It has to be either one.
Me.
Okay, right. So
Yeah.
you're being honest.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I'm saying, like, I was just kind of getting that away. It's not like, you were like going to push around a swing. It's like, this is kind of like a problem that you have a problem.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something to note, the reason why I keep saying the word swing was the code word. So at that point, the cop caller is then calling the police to get them there. That's why I'm saying that.
And what's your name?
Who?
Your name?
Mike?
Yeah, Michael, right. And and actually you said like you kind of had some situation like this before.
Yes,
like
I did.
Tell me all about that. Like was it like
same situation you did?
Do you know what he looked like, the guy? Would you not see him, or
he came to my house with other people in a van?
Other people in a van?
With
like
cameras like you're doing right now.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to do that. It's like,
Yeah.
But like, okay.
The cops got involved.
Oh, okay. Maybe some people just have like a different way of operating. They get cops involved.
Yeah. And I lost my phone because of this.
Yeah. So what came as a result of like all that though? They just gave you like counseling, probably?
Yes, that's what I'm still having right now for this type of situations.
Did they end up charging you?
No. They dropped the case.
They dropped the case?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeing therapy.
Okay. That's probably what will happen again.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm still seeing. I'm being honest. I do see a therapist.
So I guess. Yeah. So I guess what I'm kind of getting at is.
Would you be able to tell them that I'm seeing a therapist?
Yeah, I'll tell them all that. That's actually what it is. So like, I'll tell the cops.
Tell them I already have somebody.
Yeah, I'll tell the cops. Yeah, because I'll know. Yeah, I'll tell the cops like they know what I do. Okay, so like or whatever it is, like the DA knows what I do, so they won't.
Yeah, just let them know I'm already seeing somebody for this.
Yeah, and just say and honestly, just tell them the truth, like that you were there to have sex with a 13-year-old, but you're getting help for it. Because it's like
you do it.
Well, that's your honesty, though. Honestly.
Yeah, and I don't want to do this again. I got in trouble for it before.
No, but the thing is, they need to see you being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be the main leverage that you'll have.
Call me or something?
Possibly. Like if you have an interaction with the police, I would just say what happened.
I'm not from around here.
Oh, you're not from around here? Where are you from?
I'm moved from here. I moved to here.
You moved here?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not my neighborhood, really. I just moved in.
Are you from the state?
Delaware County? No, Chester County.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like as far as sex, like what specifically are you gonna do? Is like you're gonna actually try to make a baby? Like,
no, not really.
Like,
I wanted to, but I knew her age. I was like, no, fuck it, it's not worth it.
I mean, the thing is, though, you asked her about birth control and to not be on birth control. So you're having unprotected sex without birth control. What does that lead to?
Sex, babies.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be, Yeah. And I mean, I'm just saying that, the only way that someone like me was talking to you about this is you would have to be talking to some other kid before, right?
Yeah, it was. Same age.
Same age, 13. It was a 13-year-old girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, what's the case for you to make that, like, you just won't do this again? I'm trying to think about that.
Honestly, I'm gonna talk about this with my therapist again. I'm about to see him in a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm about to leave town in a couple of days. On the 18th, I'm not going to be here.
All right.
I'm leaving town. I'm going to the Poconos with my wife.
Yeah, something that'd be a huge help. Like, this is just to actually, like, save real kids. Like, have you seen, like, any kind of, like...
Yeah, so this guy was caught by Alex, so this was confirmed. I didn't actually see the catch that Alex caught him, but he did confirm that he did catch him. So he actually will later in the catch describe a van, like people in a van pulling up. And some reason I was thinking only in terms of PA catchers, but I just some reason didn't think of Alex. So sometimes I don't know, my mind just goes in tunnel vision. But yeah, it was Alex did catch this guy. I guess about a year before this catch.
Sorry, I'm blowing that stuff in your face.
No, you're fine. But have you seen like any like naked kids or whatever on there? Because like what we're trying to do is like something you could do is you could kind of help with is like we can actually save those kids because they might be like held against their will. So like
I know that for a fact.
But you're saying like you haven't seen anything? I don't know.
No.
All right. You have like any other interactions with kids online?
No.
I mean, it's two so far, right?
Just that one.
Um,
This one was in the past.
Yeah. What year about?
Can't remember. Long time ago.
Roughly?
Something
It should
like
be.
that.
No, roughly.
Not long. I forget when it was.
You feel like what year? Was it like 2020, 2021?
2023. What time is it? 2025? 2024?
It's 2025 now.
Probably around them.
So 2023. Okay.
Yeah.
And for the last girl, like, what did you say you wanted to do then?
Same thing.
Making babies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, what if it was like a real 13-year-old? Like, you know, that would have, you know, caused a real.
I would tell her to go home. If I really saw her, but she looked like, no one, fuck this. I can't do this.
Why?
I would have think twice.
But I'm saying, like, based on the chat logs, it doesn't look that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I made a mistake, so I take the blame, and I won't do this again.
Yeah, and her plan was like for her to sleep over for the night, and
I was thinking about her spending the night, but nah, not really. I was going to text her, say you can come over for the day.
All right, and what kind of apps do you use? Were you just on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook.
Was it all Facebook? Are you not on any other apps or anything like that?
No. I got family on Facebook too, friends and family.
All right. Are you like following any kids online or anything like that? Could you prove that? Could you show that?
Huh?
Like any
This is the one. Her. That's the first one.
Yeah, I see that.
Come here.
Okay. Hold on.
She's 22.
She's 20. Wait, she's 22?
Mm-hmm. She is. She didn't reply yet.
Hold on. Can I see view profile? Hold on. So it says the date of birth is 2010.
Yeah, when
October 15th, 2010.
When is that?
That would be she'd be 15. Actually, she'd be 14.
14.
So I'm saying
we never communicated.
I know what I'm kind of saying is now I'm seeing another. Yeah, I'm trying to see the shoe situation going on here. They kind of look like,
but I'm blocking her.
Yeah, you could block them, but I'm saying like it seems like a pattern.
It's not. No, we didn't. I never text her. That's the thing. I never text her. Nothing. See, you saw I have no text to her at all.
Yeah, so, honestly, she looks younger than even that, like 15.
But yeah. Piper, I don't know where she never responded. I said hi, but she don't have.
Yeah, so through like him showing the phone, there was pretty much a bunch of just young looking profiles. Some would have the date of birth, that might say they're adults, but there's a lot of accounts they'll just say they're adults, but they're trying to sexually exploit children. So that's kind of a issue that goes on some Facebook accounts. But there was just like a bunch of young looking people when I was looking through this message. I will say that.
Okay, 1998.
Yeah, that's in the 20s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like you're like gonna push her on a swing. Like, this is
See,
a
all
serious
these
situation.
people, all these.
I mean, that's a lot of young looking girls. I mean, you're scrolling through it pretty quick.
Not they're not young.
And you called this girl. Who's this girl?
Megan. She is 1995.
Okay.
And she's older. See?
Yeah, she's a little older. Kind of looks like there is a lot of young looking people though.
But they're not. They might be fake. Fake pictures. I don't know.
Okay, actually, so I have a request. So we could either watch the rest of the catch or figure out what's going on with this other stream. So I guess Cam is actually going up on Sam's to explain.
Plus each of us has 10 alts. Tommy Boy has about 400. So, we've got like a 50-person community left of whatever that is. But this drama ain't new. I was on a channel called Mr. P. Late Night Mike with Mr. P, who I met on Jeff's channel. And they have very similar crazy drama. It is crazy. It's deja vu that we invest so much time in internet relationships in very small communities. But for this one with Cam, I'm happy that he's joined DU, Dark Underbelly, on SCN. He had some things come up today. Cam, why don't you start us off and tell us about how was your day today?
Just a normal day at work. I'm used to dealing with, sketchy customers that come in and act weird. But today it was a special kind of sketchy customer. Well, I can't even call the person a customer. They didn't even buy anything. But yeah, today was just one of those days.
There's your first clue. Tried to use a freebie bathroom and was too cheap to buy anything. There's your first clue on who it might be. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing too is I'll have to go back and watch a video, but I don't even recall whoever it was even trying to open the bathroom door or knock on it and see if someone was in there. They just kind of walked that way because I believe that they were coming in to see if I was even in there or maybe I was in my van or something, and they weren't going to just walk up to my van and start doing something to my van if I was in it, obviously. And then once they figured out that I was standing behind the cash register, they quickly departed as quickly as they entered. And, the funny thing is, I didn't even notice them come in because occasionally somebody does come in wearing a mask. There's still those people out there that are paranoid from the COVID days that will wear masks, but usually it's, the medical type masks that they wear. But I didn't even notice this person walk in because I had a bunch of customers that were coming up to the register. And I guess as he walked in, I was talking to my coworker. I just actually had gotten to work about, I'd say 40 minutes before this all went down and happened. I just got there and I was, still settling into my shift. And, I clocked in not long ago. And I guess as he was walking out, my coworker, who's actually my assistant manager, was watching him because he had the mask on, and I didn't notice it until he was going to walk out. But apparently she was watching him for the majority of the time that he walked in, and she had noticed that their phone screen camera was on, which you could actually see in the video. You can't see the screen of the phone, but she was able to see with her eyes that it was recording. and he was holding it kind of at his waist to casually film, just in general, the counter where we were at. So she's seen that, and she's like, I think that guy is recording. And then I looked over, and I was able to see the side of his face. He had the mask up over his nose, but I was able to see the eyes and the eyebrows. And at that time, I was like, this person looks kind of familiar, but I didn't really think too much of it at that exact moment. Like I said, I had a line of customers that were coming up, and I think I checked out a total of 2 or 3 people. And I looked out the window because I can clearly see the end of the ass end of my van where it was parked, and I can see his truck was still kind of, so I didn't think anything of it. But then when I looked out the window, I noticed the plate was like moving, like it was like a temp tag. And when it blew at it looked like it moved at like an angle. It looked like it had like a handwritten thing. It didn't even look like a temp tag. So, seeing that the guy was lingering in the truck, I got curious because the guy was acting weird. And at this point, you have to keep in mind, I almost said her name, but my assistant manager told me that he was recording, or it looked like he was recording us. Out of curiosity, I decided to go out the front door and go see, get a closer look at this truck. And when I got out the door, you didn't really have to be that close to it to read what it said. Like, it was very visibly, it was twice. It was on the trailer and it was on the back of the truck. It said NVCAP. Like, I literally spelled it out in my head looking at it. And immediately my first thought was, I'm going to pull my phone out and take a picture of this, because nobody would ever believe that, somebody's here right now with the NVCAP covering their license plate. And as I came out the door, it all was in one swift motion. As I walk out the door, I see it, I'm processing it. I go for my pocket. The person gets out of the truck, out of the driver's side of the truck, back out. Keep in mind, he was already in our store, left our store, walked towards my van, walked around the back of my van or the side of it out of the camera view, and then walked to his truck behind my van and walked around the front hood of his truck to get in the truck initially, because I did see him through the window get back in the truck. But he got back out of the truck, and he had what looked like a big white round something in his, like, under his, he was like holding it in his arm. And when he stepped out, he took one step towards my van and then looked over at the door and seen me going for the motion to grab my camera or my phone out of my pocket like this. And as I was coming up with my phone, because I have to do the face unlock thing, it takes a couple seconds for your phone to unlock. This motherfucker literally dashes back into his truck, throws whatever he had in his hand back in his truck, gets in. I was able to get 2 pictures off as he was about to pull away. And then as he was pulling out, this motherfucker clips the fucking curb or the ditch. It's a deep ditch. The back of the trailer is what hit. The truck didn't go in the ditch, but the trailer and how he was turning, he took a sharp turn while speeding, and the back wheel of the tire went into the ditch, which caused the trailer to rub up against the pole. Apparently, I guess the pole was already fucking crooked and hit. Like, I'm sure 1 million people fucking hit the hole, but it still doesn't change the fact that I literally witnessed, and so did other people here, because it made a loud sound. The back of the trailer scraped on the ground as it was inside the thing, and it buckled, and then it hit the road and fucking bounced back up on the fucking road. And it was almost like this person didn't know how to drive with a fucking trailer, or maybe they're trying to get away, because I think whoever it was worried I was about to walk up to their window and record, which I wasn't recording. My first initial thought was, get a picture of the plate with the NVCAP, because that's easy to show a connection to me, because that's a channel on YouTube for predator catching, and it's obviously someone trying to, I don't think they were impersonating NVCAP. I think that they were it was more of a troll, if anything else. But because they got back out of the truck with something in their hand, the way I took it was their intention was to go either put something on my van or do something to my van. They just seen that I was inside, thinking that I was still inside helping customers. and they had the clear to go do whatever they were going to do, and they were mistaken because I was fucking on top of my game, and I had a suspicion. I came outside, and I came outside at the right time, and they got the fuck out of there, Sam. Whoever this person was is a absolute coward. They covered their entire face. They immediately jetted and bolted the moment they were caught, rather than come say to my face whatever it is that they want to say. Or, now that I'm not at work and I've had the time to process the situation a little bit more, I think whatever he had in his hand kind of looked like a rolled up poster, like the white poster stuff that you would buy at like a dollar store. That's what it looked like. It looked like it was like some kind of rolled up. At first, it looked like a PVC pipe, because that's how a PVC pipe would probably look. Or that's what I thought of. But I'm like, what the fuck would he do with a PVC pipe in my van? That doesn't make sense. Like, you can't even really damage anything with a PVC pipe. I think whoever it was trying to put some kind of poster on the side of my van. I can't imagine what it would say. And then they got caught and didn't want to be recorded by me, and they peeled out and probably damaged their trailer more than they hurt that pole out there. But the point I was trying to make with hitting the pole in general is, by state law, well, pretty much any state, and you know this because you have to take a driving test in order to get a license. If you hit any kind of property, it doesn't matter if it's private or public, and you hit like a physical object on property, by law, you are supposed to report it to law enforcement or to that property owner to make sure they are aware that you hit something and not drive off. The cop actually told me he committed no crimes by coming in and recording you. He committed no crimes by wearing a mask coming in. You have the right to refuse him service if you don't want to. And then if he doesn't leave, then that would become trespassing. But the cop basically said this person committed no crimes, and if he would have vandalized your van, that would have been a crime. But the cop was like, oh, but you stopped him before he could do that. So even him walking towards it was something doesn't count. He said, but hitting any piece of your property, like the pole or whatever it may be, that is a crime, and it's called hit and run with the vehicle. It doesn't have to be a moving vehicle or a person you hit. It could just be an object on property. You're supposed to let the property owner know by law. And that's not me. That's the police officer that told me that. So I don't know. Whatever my job wants to do with figuring out who is behind the wheel of that truck, because the cops have every single means and resource to be able to figure out who was in that truck, whether they have the plate covered or not. It's not going to be hard for them, especially when they have some leads to go off of. Because there's going to be record if somebody rented a vehicle. There's going to be record if, this person has a friend that has a truck like this. Because, if this person borrowed somebody's truck, it would have had to been a pretty good friend, right, Sam? I mean, this is what, a newer Dodge pickup. It's probably a $50,000 truck at least, with maybe a $15,000, $20,000 trailer behind it. So I'm thinking that that's up to my my district manager.
Well, let's go through this. Okay, Detective Sam is in session here. So if we look at this, an individual is coming from what appears to be if you're standing and looking at the door from the outside, he's coming from the left side of this building.
Right.
Your van is parked over there. Where is he parked in relation to where he's coming from? So he's coming from this side. Your van is somewhere over here, or like tucked way back behind the building near to the right?
No, so my van is parked in the last parking space.
So I see a car right here, which appears to be a truck. That is not his truck.
No. Actually, Sam, you know what I can do for you? I'm going to join your live real quick on another. You can just put my camera on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to join your live from my phone real quick. Give me a second here.
But this guy, I'm just saying that this suspect appears to have known exactly where the bathroom was. He comes in and I don't think he knew where the bathroom was. He appears to. He comes in No, I know, but you're over here to the right of him. You're in
Right.
You're to his stage right, okay, and he comes in and moves immediately to stage left and darts to the bathroom. Now, I do have a question about the bathroom structure here. Okay, we got to go over gas station bathrooms. I've been in them, and I'm wondering. And I've been into singlets, I've been into doublets, and I've been into, all sorts of bathrooms. And tell me about this particular bathroom. Is it a singlet where I walk in, I lock, and then go? Or is it multiple urinals publicly open?
There's 2 individual bathrooms that are unisex. Can you add my other account real quick?
Well, let me finish this thought though. So there's 2 individual bathrooms that lock.
Sam, I'm just going to show you. Just pop up my other camera real quick. All right, and then put this one backstage. We'll come back to the other one when I come back in my van. But put my camera on screen. I'm just going to show you. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Cam, go ahead. Cam, I can't hear you even when you're off. You can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Trying to listen. Hey,
all right.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
I think you had the wrong account up.
No, I didn't have the wrong account up. But
am I on screen? All right, there we go.
But I would. Yeah, why don't you get us in there first?
So, put me back up.
Get us in there. Yeah, get us in there first.
All right, so here's the bathrooms. So that is a bathroom. That is a bathroom. He came right up here, walked down this pathway, came in through this door right here, and then walked. He probably seen I was right there, and then he went to where I wasn't, which was this way, and he never went into the bathroom, which is down this hallway. He kind of went in front of the door, turned around, and then walked back there.
I know, but I'm saying that, okay, so he... Get back to your spot.
So let me just show this real quick because I'm outside. So here's the door. I'm standing on the doormat in front of the door to give a good example of where I was parked and where he was parked. So I'm walking over to where I was parked, and I was parked over here specifically so I could plug in to this power outlet, which actually I got to shut. I was parked right here at this end spot, this parking space right here. And his truck, he pulled in through that driveway over there. We have him on camera coming through that driveway. He stayed close to where the sign was, pulled in with the trailer. And then immediately you could see him on camera beeline it to where my van is, parked right here in this parking spot, and parked directly in front of my van, except he was it's hard to tell with the picture based on where I took the picture, but he was kind of angled towards this road. So he wasn't completely straight behind my van. He was angled like this. And that is a very important detail, which I'll get to in a second. That's how I was able to see and read the plate. But his trailer would have a trailer on it. So his trailer came back to about right here. So the trailer came out to about right here, and you could see how close to my van that was. And when he got out of his truck, this is what he did. He got out of his truck and he walked back towards my van. So instead of walking to the door, which would be over there, correct? If you park here, you're going to walk to the door. You're not going to walk all the way over here to this fucking corner and then go around the back of my van like this which the camera on the inside front door shows him doing, and then he comes down the sidewalk to go in through the front door. Now, when he came out, like when he left the front door, he came straight down the sidewalk, and then he walked behind my van here to his truck, which is parked right here, and then walked all the way up to here in front of the front hood of his truck, and then got into his truck right here. Instead of just both times coming straight out the door to his truck. There was nobody parked out here.
So where were you when you took the photographs of his truck fleeing the scene?
So I was exactly right here. I did not make it that far out before he dipped and pulled out.
Okay, so you wait. Where were you when he spotted you, and where were you when you started snapping?
I was right here.
Okay, you were right there.
Right here.
Pull the camera. All right, and you snapped a photo of him.
You see where my van was.
Yeah,
and he was right there. Now pull up the picture that I took.
That's what I'm going to try to do here. I'm going to try to go to that picture.
I mean, I could have been a couple more.
Like you were in a
couple more paces up, but
yeah, I do think
right here.
It looked like you were a few paces upward.
Originally, I was here, so I started out here, just out the front
but the
door.
angle with
right
which
here, and then I
came
this is an kneecap, and I walked closer, and I was moving towards the truck.
All right, but I don't know how you got this angle. I really would like to know where you were when you hit this angle right here on this photo.
I was somewhere right around here, Sam. I wasn't far from the front door. I could have been a little bit further
but there's
out.
nothing else in this thing. It's just you. It's just you in the vehicle. It looks
but
like
I
on
also
this.
listen.
I mean,
I also was zoomed in a little bit on the truck to get the plate and the truck in the same
So
time.
is the vehicle moving right now, or is the vehicle stationary?
The what?
Right now.
Is the vehicle,
is it moving or is it stationary in the photograph?
When I took the picture, I was stationary, but after I
No. Cam, when you took this photograph, not you, was the vehicle moving or was the vehicle not moving? Now, here in this photo.
It was moving. That wasn't originally where the vehicle was when I took the picture. The vehicle was closer back here. You can actually see the brake light is on the top there on the truck.
He was moving.
He was moving forward, correct. He just had that's what I was trying to say. He just had gotten back in his truck because he seen me going for my phone as I was taking the fucking picture, and he peeled out like a freaking retard. Here, put my camera back on the screen. Let me show this, because these are all fresh. You can tell what's old and you can tell what's fresh.
Right.
You can tell multiple people have gone into this ditch before, but you can actually see some of the lighter scrapes like that one and then these over here. What happened was the wheel of his trailer, not his truck, he made a tight turn right here, but unfortunately when you turn with a fucking trailer, you're going to clip whatever that's why you're supposed to be further out with the trailer. But the trailer right tire went down into this hole, and I don't know if you could tell how deep this is. Try and stick my leg all the way in here for reference, based off of, you can see how deep this hole is.
It's a deep
and
hole.
It made a very loud sound, and he bottomed the trailer out in the back, and then it sideswiped this pole right here. Now the pole is already like this, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking pay attention to this pole. I've never seen anyone hit it before.
Right. The conspiracy theorists are out in force about this entire episode, and I will acknowledge, like, you are wearing completely different. The person of interest. You're wearing completely different shoes than the person of interest.
I'm wearing everything that I was wearing at work except for my shirt. I changed my shirt before I came on here, and my van's in the parking lot.
The person of interest, okay, why don't you get back to that other camera? We got an idea. So again, though, I'm going to ask, was there someone in the bathroom at the time that he approached the one bathroom? Is there a way for him to have seen that it was occupied and turning back around?
Not if he doesn't knock on the door or try and pull on the handle.
Yeah, what's suspicious? What's suspicious of this? I mean, this
or not occupied.
This guy is very
kind of either shut or slightly slanted open.
Okay. We can all acknowledge that whoever this might be, it's very suspicious. Both wearing a gaiter. It's not even a face mask. It's a gaiter.
Wait a second, Sam. Wait a second, Sam. Apparently, I fucking hired somebody with a $50,000 truck and a $20,000 trailer to come to work and troll me so I can put it on the internet. That's apparently what happened. So
right. Well, yeah, that's all the nuts, the conspiracy nuts, right? The people that told us that all of this happened on Epstein Island, and then literally they were on Epstein Island, and now they're covering it up. So I really don't have much for the conspiracy theorists who are probably in on it and using it as a deflection to get to. All right, so here we go, and he comes in, he whips around here. Does he even try to touch the handle here? So it looks like he comes, but Cam, I'm just saying, it looks like he whips in. He's got one glove. He's got one latex blue glove. He's carrying his phone with the latex glove.
Right.
And it does look like the phone is on, and he's holding it in a rather suspicious way. He's moving to the back, right to the bathroom. He looks and he checks the bathroom. Is he able to determine that the bathroom is occupied by what he's doing here?
No.
He's not. If he didn't try to test the door...
You have to either try and pull the handle. If it's locked, or knock on the door. If somebody will tell you, then you can't hear anything going on in the bathroom from there.
Now let's look at the way that he's holding his phone here. He's clearly holding his phone to capture you. You're right in front of him on eyesight, right?
Hold on. Sam, add me on my other thing real quick, please. Then I'll get off of this one.
Right. So he's at the point at which, look at his phone. He moved. He's got the phone with one glove. I mean, anyone that is wearing one, not two, he's wearing one latex glove.
Like Michael Jackson.
Like Governor Ron DeSantis back in the day. One glove. One glove. Yeah.
One glove. The one glove bandit, man.
So,
hey, you know what? I probably should have taken a fucking quarter from the change jar and threw it out in front of it. It would have gotten him to stop to pick it up. We would have gotten a little bit better camera angle, but I didn't think about it.
At the time that this goes on, so he's got one blue latex glove, but interestingly enough, he opens the door not with the latex glove, but with something else. He uses his other hand to open the door. Well, what do you have in his? Do you see what he has in his other? What does he have in his other hand? He has one latex glove carrying the phone,
right?
And in his other hand, he's got some shuffling with something. He's shuffling with something here.
And this is just a suspicion, obviously, but I recall somebody had sent me some post he made when he was talking about my job.
Who is that? Who?
I'm talking about good guy.
Okay.
Had posted saying somebody should just go into Cam's job and take a massive dump in the toilet so he has to clean it up. So maybe he was going to go in the bathroom and the doors were fully shut. He didn't try and pull on them. And maybe that's why he had a latex glove on so he could take his poop and smear it all over the walls, because that's what he said in his post. It's his own words, not mine. I didn't make him say it. He fucking said it. And other people out there, I'm sure, have seen the post and know exactly what I'm talking about. So maybe that's why he had the latex glove on, was to go smear shit all over the wall. But then he realized there were people in there, and he didn't want to linger because he would have realized he saw me in there, and maybe he thought I might end up, discovering it's him or somebody. It would have to be somebody I know, right? So this is where I'm coming from on this. He wouldn't be wearing a mask if it wasn't somebody that I didn't know what they fucking looked like, right? If it was somebody like, and I'm not saying it's this person, but I'm going to use it as an example. Haystack Sniper could come right into my job tomorrow, and I would have no idea it's him. He would have no need to wear a mask, right? Nobody knows what he looks like. Nobody knows anything about him other than his account, and he makes subpar fucking music videos. Other than that, it has to be somebody that knows that I would recognize them if they came in there. Now, it's not really a long list of people that would go to the extremes of actually coming to my job and driving states away to come here. Maybe he didn't even drive all the way here just for me. He could be on business doing something for business and driving through my state and thought, it would be funny to go troll Cam at his job and go leave a funny stupid sign on his van and go smear poop on the walls in the bathroom. It could have just been that. But the list is very small.
Let's go through the list. But I'm going to be fair and not just mention community people. Although, are you 100% certain that the license plate said in VCAP?
100%. Like, I have
100% sure it said in VCAP.
Yes, 100%. And you can see it in the pictures. Like, people are always blurred. No, you can fucking spell it out. It literally says NVCAP. There's not one letter off or anything. It literally reads NVCAP on both of them. There were two. I could read it on both of them.
Okay, like so you're 100% certain. So, but I will say, all right, who are your prime?
If it said NV Rap or it was even misspelled, why the fuck are they covering their license plate anyways? Huh? Even if it didn't say NV Cap, like, why are their fucking license plates covered?
But why would they put identifiable community information on there as well, too? Like, I mean, I could, why would I, if I was trying to go incognito to try to surveil or smear feces on your bathroom wall of your workplace,
well, we don't know.
I'm trying to go incognito. Why would I cover my plate with an identifiable community, mentally ill person in VCAP? Why would we do that?
That's an easy fucking question, Sam. The guy is the biggest fucking narcissist that there is, and he would want me to know that it was somebody that had to do with this community. Exactly, like even seeing it today. Like he wanted us to, because he probably figures if somebody left something on my van or did something in the bathroom, he knows we're gonna go look at the cameras. He knows there's cameras there. That's another reason why he's wearing a fucking mask. The only thing you can see is his fucking eyeballs.
Tell me about this thing he was hauling. Did it look suspicious? What was he hauling?
I have no idea what was in there. It just looked like a fucking trailer.
Did it look like an enclosed trailer?
Yeah, it was an enclosed trailer.
Could be wood, could be 10 bodies. Don't know. You just didn't see inside.
Maybe he's so jealous and wants to live my life and fucking post about my van life every single day that he went and bought a trailer and he's going to build it out now and build a fucking camper back there. I don't fucking know.
Take me through your prime suspects.
Right. So I'm going to take you through the list from the people first that I don't think would do it as much as the person I think that would do it. The list is very long. I'm not going to mention a couple of their names because I really don't think it was them or they had anything to do about it. Maybe they knew that whoever was doing this was going to do it, but one of them is from Kentucky. One of them is from Massachusetts. I don't think it was either of them. First of all,
one of them is crippled, and you know what he looks like.
He walks with a cane. Yeah, I know it's not him. 100%. That guy is like literally one kick away from the bucket, knocking it over. So it wasn't him. It wasn't the person from Mass. It's obviously a female. That only leaves one other person.
So you don't think this was Shane? Your former?
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Okay. When
but anyway, that leaves one other person that's part of that group. Now, granted, he's now part of a much larger group that loves, trashing on me constantly, which is fine. I don't see. Here's the thing. I think somebody showed up here today to try and get a reaction out of me, which they're going to get. It's obviously anybody on the internet. If somebody shows up in your real life, especially at your fucking place of work, you're going to be pissed about it and want to let people fucking know that this scumbag's doing this to you. Nobody wants it done to them on either side. I've heard people complain about it happening to them or people calling their work or whatever. Nobody fucking likes it. But him showing up here at my job would trigger me to either post or acknowledge him, in which this guy's been posting about me every single day for months and for years, but primarily since I started working on my camper van. He fucking hates it. He hates that I'm fucking accomplishing everything that I'm doing, and make sure everybody fucking knows each day, oh, he's never going to do this. He's never going to do that. Oh, look what he's doing with this. He's such an idiot. His van's going to break down tomorrow. Like, all these are posts that he posts multiple times a day. The guy is literally obsessed with every single fucking thing that I do with my life, that I was ignoring everything. Like, I still am ignoring everything that he posts and does. I don't give a fuck. But when he showed up at my job, you can't really ignore that because, you know, that's your income and you don't want your income to be fucked up, right? And it's pretty fucking weird, mind you, that someone comes in full fucking mask into a gas station where gas stations get robbed regularly across the U.S. You know, most of us are already on edge for people that walk in with masks. You know, we're thinking we're about to get robbed. So, especially someone looking like that with a fucking glove on too. But
Right.
I think this guy definitely, I think he was going to leave some kind of sign on the side of my van. That's what it looked like he had in his hand. Going back and
Did he tinker? Did he tinker with your van that could be attributable to him, possibly?
No, not that I know of. And I checked it before I got in it, all around it, for GPS tracking devices like an Apple AirTag. Because I remember in a JD chat one night, he was in there saying, "Oh, it'd be funny to pay someone to go put an AirTag or a GPS on Cam's van." And then JD was chiming in like, "Oh, that would be good. We could know where he is at all times." Like, these are things that these people actually say. So that was another. People are like, "Oh, he's crazy for thinking that it's a good guy," but people seem to want. I don't think people forget. I think people will choose to ignore because they have their own narratives and they hate me so much that they're willing to bypass and overlook the fact that they know for a fact that good guy has made statements in the past, such as the last time, or one of the times I reported him to the police was back when Nania was pissed off and wanted to figure out who he was around that time when he was fucking with her. Now they're friends, apparently. I don't know what I missed for that to have happened, but whatever. I don't really give a fuck. But regardless, I reported him for making a comment stating that he had a friend that was fresh out of prison that apparently he was going to come take care of me. And he said that in the comment. He made comments about leaving a GPS tracker on my vehicle. Could you imagine if somebody went and left a GPS tracker on his vehicle? We would be hearing about it for months. Or showed up at his house.
Right.
Like, this guy would absolutely cry if I jump in that driver's seat tonight and go straight to his house in Highland Park and park my van outside of his house on a public roadway where I could legally park and stay there for 2 weeks. He would fucking lose his mind. And you know what? Maybe I should start doing shit like that, then they'll fucking leave me alone. Maybe. It's getting to that.
I think we're trying to.
Weird showing up at my job and showing up, trying to figure out where I am all the time. He basically, if he's doing this or he's affiliated with any of this, what's stopping me from doing it back to him? And maybe it's time for me to start fighting fire with fire. So if he wants to keep fucking with me, I'll park my fucking van outside. I'll take off from work for a week and I'll go park my van outside of his house. And I'll let all of his neighbors know, "Oh my gosh, fucking good guy, you didn't tell me." Or no, I wouldn't say that. I'd say, "Steve. Oh, Steve, you didn't tell me you were fucking married. We've been dating for a year. What the fuck, Steve?" I'll scream at the top of my lungs at his fucking house so every fucking neighbor in his neighborhood hears me. And every single time he has to walk outside, every fucking neighbor will look at him and be like, "Oh, this guy's gay and had an affair on his fucking wife." Now, obviously, his wife will know it's bullshit, but his neighbors won't. Good guy, I can get just as creative as you have. I just choose not to because I don't really give a fuck about this place. But continue to fuck with me in my personal life, and I promise you, I'm a week away from being done with this van. Clearly, I'm staying in my van. I've been staying in my van for the last 4 or 5 days. I'm ready to fucking go. I will. Sam, pull up the picture. How long is it to Chicago? What is it? 5 hours?
It's about 10 hours. About 700 miles. And you can stop at the Presque Isle Downs Casino.
Right. I have no problem pulling up, and he can call just like me. I call the cops. Oh, he didn't really do anything illegal. He's just here. He's not doing anything. Same thing would happen to him. There's not a goddamn thing the police can do about a vehicle on a public roadway. And a lot of times you're allowed to park your vehicle there for up to 24 hours, even if there's a city ordinance. Regardless, play the game, but don't cry when it gets flipped around and the Uno reverse card gets thrown your way and somebody shows up in a creepy ass fucking van and parks it on your road and hangs out there for a week. Don't fucking cry. That's all I'm going to say. Don't cry. You show up to my job. It is very clearly him. Why didn't he go live? He could have easily dispelled all of this, right? He could have gone live at his house.
Right.
Not even, because he's the same bedroom he's gone live from at his house on camera. He's shown his face on camera. I literally have a picture of it someone sent me today because I needed a picture for the cops. That's how much I don't give a fuck about this, guys. I didn't even have a picture on my phone to show the cop when they came today. I had to message somebody that I knew would have the fucking picture to get the picture to show the fucking cop what he looked like so they could look at the security footage and compare. So,
right. Well, no, and let's remind everybody that this is a de-escalate. I'm all about trying to de-escalate. Doesn't mean that I can't get a similarly upset. Look, people have been.
Anybody can run a truck and throw a paper over the plate.
But people
Anybody can run that truck.
People can. But to give the historical context, you have been harassed for the better part of 4 years, I guess, relentlessly.
3 years by this individual in particular. 3 years by him and his gang. And here's the thing. Most of the time, I ignore it and I don't even respond to it. I just, I go about my life and ignore it because I don't, at the end of the day, none of these people, I don't deal with these people in real life. I just hit the X button if I don't want to fucking hear what somebody wants to say, and I don't want to ruin my day with their fucking garbage talk. I don't fucking interact with it. I just go about my business. Like, I completely built my fucking van out in 2 months, and these idiots were posting every day, oh, this isn't going to work. His van's going to die on him. He's never going to get the van back from the mechanic. Like, that's all these people fucking do.
Well, I do listen to what they have to say, and let's take a quick intermission to see what some people have to say, if you don't mind. And this is the suspect with a once charged, now no longer under charging suspicion for a 288, was not convicted. Case was dropped, but nonetheless. But so let's listen to these two, one of them being the suspects in your case.
A woman touched his pee-pee a long time ago, and now he hates women, and now he sucks cock. That's how I see it.
I wasn't fortunate enough to have a teacher.
I know.
Who wanted to fuck me, I don't know.
Sam, where were those teachers when I was growing up, Sam?
Exactly, right?
Sam, where were they? That fucking weirdo.
Was he in high school or was he young? Because I get it. The young thing's not cool, right? But if you're honestly 14, 15 and up, and you're a dude, I'm sorry, man. I've been there. It is what it is. Say what you want. They can say however crazy I sound, but I had a guy who went to school with me in college, Indiana. He had a full-blown relationship with his teacher in high school. He was a legend.
Oh, good talk with you guys. Oh, wait, no, before I go, live for. Can we talk about Sam Clinton for a second?
Fucking pussy. I hate that fucker. I swear to God, every time I hear his voice, I want to fucking punch his throat.
He's got an obnoxious voice. He is a very big. He likes to be the main survivor, right? Like
He sure does.
He acts like he was sexually molested and raped by an ugly woman over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
From what I understand, Sam had like an attractive teacher that somehow, for whatever reason, gave him some play, right?
Silence.
I don't know what his story is, to be honest. I don't care, to be honest. I'm not.
Of course you don't care. Silence for 10 seconds. Why didn't you have the guts live for to say anything about what a nasty comment live for? You're living for your babies, but you ain't living for nobody else's.
After I believe he has a story.
Oh,
That's
and downplayed it. Yeah,
So
because I can't. I hate someone so bad on the internet that I'm going to take away from them what happened to them when they were kids. That's live for my scabies.
Think that some people, I think that, not some people, I think there's a decent amount of people that have bullshitted being survivors, which is very interesting to me. You know?
And I'll tell you right now, I am not a survivor. I just happened upon this community by accident. So nothing, I have no history. So I'm not going to claim to be a victim of anybody or anything. So I'm going to call them out if I think it's bullshit.
I'm saying you don't need to be embarrassed. Like, obviously, like, people do fall victim of people, especially when they're kids. You're vulnerable. But, like, then to come out as an adult and, like, be like, you know, people are, like, legitimately being vulnerable, like, you know, sincerely. And then you come and LARP that you were, like, you had this horrendous thing happen to you and that you're with them. I don't know. Weird behavior.
Weird.
Yep, I agree.
So with these, let me just real quick for those, if I could give a brief, sorry to rehash this for an audience, but these were a number of people in a community that catches predators. And these 3 people in 3 minutes said that someone that has already said that they were abused is lying about it. Said that if you're a teenager, a young teenager, that you're a legend if you were sexually abused. I mean, this is the prime suspect in this case. And throw back in this age-old comment about, you know, where were these teachers to hurt me, and to make me be ashamed for anything that's happened to me or anyone else, to intimidate. And that is such a cowardly, pathetic, weak, effete people that do this. And that's in this community. Some of the most vile people that have said some of the most sick things about survivors of abuse come from a community filled with survivors of abuse. And that's the good guy. That's live for scabies. Someone so invested, not a victim herself, she says, so invested in trying to catch predators that she will come out and tell someone that she doesn't believe that they were a victim of sexual abuse because she doesn't like their opinion on the internet. She can't take the disagreement. And then you've got 288 out there flubbing around, doxing people, got 55,000 accounts. Thinks he's funny, thinks he's cool. By where were these teachers, Sam, when I was a kid? Just to try to rub salt in what they think is my wound. And they don't understand that I'm here for people that haven't come to heal from their abuse, and that I have helped many people to heal from their abuse. And then to top it all off, you've got someone, Kim, you've been vulnerable enough to share your own story, which again has been claimed that here he is today. Here's this guy, the good guy. This is a guy who's modded in pred catching channels. This is a guy that, because he gave it $2 10 years ago, he doesn't contribute shit to anybody. He doesn't do anything for this place. Says to you, someone who's survived abuse, he says this: you've been publicly and open about your own abuse, and that your father abused you. And this guy says, this good guy says,
Sam, this doesn't mean anything to me coming from him. It's literally.
No, I know, but it means it means. I know it doesn't mean anything to us, but it's laying a foundation for who these people are. You're a victim of abuse. You've said your father abused you when you were a kid. And here he is saying,
That kind of thing
you should
really-
try to fuck your dad again when you were a kid. Too bad you can't go back and be molested again, is what he's saying. This is the kind of freaks and weirdos and disgusting losers that are around here. And these are people that are friends. These are people that are on the other side and this side, that they're in chats together. They're saying hi to each other. They want to judge people for years ago catching predators that, because of these associations. And these is today, these people let this in their chat. This was a Jeff chat. Jeff, who's here for the kids, right? Jeff's here for the kids. He's got this guy modded so that he can make a comment like this.
60 years old, dude. Fuck that guy. That guy's gonna fucking be dead off of fucking alcohol. And this guy over here was trying to buy him even more alcohol like a fucking retard. But
yeah,
I have receipts to show, Sam. If you don't mind putting my screen up for a second, I just want to show the date. It's really small print on my phone, but I got to be careful not to actually dox the address, even though he doxes it a million times. But
no, I know. And here's the other thing too, Cam, is the fact that all these people supposedly immediately know where you work. It's not like no one knew where you worked. All of them knew where you worked, right? They immediately pull it up on Google Maps, and Haystack is who he is. I did have a different. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I show this real quick before?
But they have the address.
No, I know they. So here's the crazy thing: the only person that's been posting where I work is the guy that looked like the guy that showed up here today, and no one's even talking about that. But also, not to mention, here's 3 weeks ago on a Nunya chat. You see where it says 3 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago on the Nunya chat. I'm gonna put my finger over the address part. If it will actually, let me save the picture to my phone, and then I can open it up so that way it doesn't move when I try and touch the screen. Here we go. So the same post here is right there. You see the good guy's account doxing multiple times in Nunya's chat as a mod, doxing my landlord's address where I've been staying at and working on my van over and over and over again. And the queen of fucking, oh my gosh, they dox me all the time. Why is she letting him dox me in her chat?
Have you ever doxed her? Have you ever doxed her? Have you done anything to her? None yet. You've never doxed her.
Sam, and I'm so glad we're doing this tonight because I actually can speak freely on your channel because I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of having these type of streams on my channel. That's not what my channel is about or represents. But I'm going to make a point that nobody's made, and I feel like I can do that. You're up here. The only person's information that I've ever shared behind the scenes or docs was your information to PHI and Ed in a group chat. And remember a week ago how PHI stated that if it's in private, it's not doxing? Well, then what the fuck kind of panel did she have about me sending your information to her in fucking private and claiming I doxed you, Sam? So now all of a sudden if it happens in behind the scenes, it's not doxing, right? But when it was
that was a great... That was a great panel. Yeah, we remember that private stream in which you had assembled all these people that pretend that they were such good people and that I was good friends with them, and you had assembled Ed, you had assembled PHI, and you had assembled Red Hood to circulate in private my information. All three people that have in their various ways been expelled from this place, and they're all three of them are kind of in a pot of losers. Red Hood famously abandoned Ewing as a coward as he is the first chance that he gets.
I should have never come to Red Hood's defense ever. I should have kept my mouth shut and let JD.
Yeah, that's right. And you're still taking the bullets for.
They would have never targeted me if I didn't say anything.
Where are you, Red Hood? We want you back, Red Hood. We know you're stuck around. Don't leave us now when the going gets tough, Red Hood. Come on, stick around with us for a while, like a Gen Z would.
It'll never happen again. It won't happen again.
Come stick up for the guy that stuck up for you years ago. Red Hood was the only one when you were crying about John Davis doxing you all the time. You remember that, Red Hood?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anytime something happens to me, people act like I'm just this evil fucking villain, right? In their own story. And as if the people that they're cozying on up with hasn't done fucking far worse than I've done. I mean, like, I've made mistakes. Yes, I've made some selfish mistakes in the past. I'm not denying any of that. But I don't think I deserve to have someone fucking pull up to my fucking job while I'm here and attempt to walk up to my van to put something on my van while I'm at work. You want to know what I think it was? I think that whoever came here today, we'll just say, because we don't know 100% yet, we'll figure it out. But anyways, whoever that was knew that they weren't getting to me with making posts and talking shit about me every single day, and they got tired of seeing the progress that I continued to make on my goal or my dream, and seeing that I'm happy and content in life and happy where it's headed. So pissed that they can't fucking get at me, that they came miles, whether they flew and rented a car or they lived near here or they drove to the state. Either way, they came all the way to my fucking job to try and fuck with me, to try and get at me, because they can't get at me any other way. There's not anything left for them to really fucking do to me. I mean, they spent years trying to get my only vehicle that I had at the time fucking repoed. What business is it of theirs that I got behind on payments to a multi-billion-dollar bank, one of the largest banks in the world? A $20,000 car, I get behind on some payments, and now they're trying to get my car repossessed. What fucking business is it of anybody in this fucking trashy-ass place, this drama community, to try and infiltrate somebody's personal life to get them carless so they can't get to and from work? Or in my case at the time, I was consistently driving around using it to try and catch child predators.
So this is a post
from catching predators. I didn't use that for anything else. I use it for catching predators, driving state to state, because I enjoyed doing that. It was a sense of healing for me for what I went through for my past. But again, with the shit that they say about not taking serious what happened to me in my past, it doesn't surprise me that they wouldn't fucking think, rationally or whatever. Because again, all these people have fucking narratives. Ryan is the biggest piece of fucking shit I've ever met out of everybody that I've fucking met from this place. That motherfucker, if I did what he does, where he'll go on panel and that motherfucker will say, oh, he said this to me in private and I did. If I went and fucking stated all the shit he said about all the people he's now friends with, I don't know if they'd take it serious, but I'm sure he wouldn't want me to do that to him. I won't. Don't worry, Sam. But that motherfucker is the biggest piece of shit. I wasn't even living in this fucking house that he was living in for months. I was in North Carolina at the same exact time. So, they have both stories. Oh, he destroyed Tony G's house. Oh, he destroyed Gina's house. Pick one, because at the same time Ryan was up living at this house for 6 or 7 months, I was in North Carolina. I couldn't have done both. The time that the pictures were taken, the timestamps were shown, was when I was in North Carolina the whole time. So pick one. Was it Gina's house that I destroyed, or was it Ryan's? Or did I come up to get my dog from that chick's house and I stayed the night at the house and I took the fucking goddamn pictures because I was like, how's Ryan living like this?
Well, yeah, Ryan is a troubled person, and I mean, what's kind of interesting that if you actually don't like Ryan, you should enjoy to see the trajectory of his career. You should enjoy. If you don't like him, you should just continue to enjoy.
In 3 weeks in Atlantic City. That's how many catches Ryan has compared. I literally caught more predators than Ryan in 1 month in Atlantic City with Shafiq than Ryan's caught his entire career. What's the guy even do nowadays? Fucking goes live on
he almost is basically, he's got what's called the PP. He's called the PPSSI checks. We all would want them. It's called the PPSSI checks. That's supplemental security income from predator poachers. Ryan picks up a check for $2,000 a month from PP as his SSI. He does absolutely no work because years ago, Alex needed a place to put some catches and decided to offload some of the catches to diversify. And Ryan happened to be at the right place at the right time. And now he picks up a PPSSI check for $2,000 a month, which, mind you, is more than most other people on SSDI. So it's interesting to me that, yeah, what does Ryan do these days? Every month he gets either a wire transfer or an ACH or a paper check. Although he is such a dumb idiot, I'm not sure he could even handle a paper check or know what to do with it. But he gets a income, pocket watching I am. I'm such a pocket watcher, nosy guy. He gets $2,000 a month from Alex and Predator Poachers as his SSI. That's what Ryan does. And he he quarterly. And here's the thing. He probably could have been making, Ryan, if he actually stayed out of drama and stayed out of this bullshit, he probably could have been making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, working full time as a decoy with Alex and building his own platforms. But he made other choices. He put all of his marbles in the Slack basket and got screwed over and turned into a doxing, mentally ill SSDI collector.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Listen.
let me take you through this. Hold on. Let me take you through this post last month.
I've never seen this post by him before. I've never seen it. I don't.
This is a post.
That's all.
Let me walk you through this post. This post was made last month, showing that Good Guy was working behind the scenes with a number of people to find the location of where you work. This was just last month, so this is. You can have this. I already sent it to you to deliver, but this is, I think it was like June 16th, June 17th post. Cam got flustered and went live, leaving from where he is staying. Confirmed that whoever reached out to me was right. Same houses, same gas station, a few streets down to the left. Do with it whatever you like. I don't care. This guy calls people's jobs, families, swats people's, SA'd a single mother, stole a car, and more.
Does he have proof of any of, like...
Well, this is the internet. He has invested a lot. Again, when you have... Yeah, I mean, the proof...
The receipts
that's the thing about making an allegation, too. I mean...
Those receipts that I swatted anyone. This guy literally...
was a red pickup. You've seen it in his live today, people. Thank you to the person who worked so hard to get this to us. And here's a number of pictures that he snapped.
Can you send this to me?
Everywhere. This is he's snapping all of these photos of one of your streams so that he could geolocate exactly where you are and exactly the gas station that you work at. So probably could do something like he did today.
If it's still up, I'll just get it because this is.
Yeah, no, I've already. He'll take it. Maybe he'll take it down. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll be a tough guy and say he'll keep it up.
Here's what the deputy told me today. As of right now, he didn't commit a crime by coming to my job. However, I do have a pattern over 3 years, but this is the first time I'm reporting to this particular agency about it. So to them, it's a one-time thing. So what I was told was if there's a show of like any kind of stalking or, trying to figure out where you are, like, for example, if I came out and there was a GPS tracker on my van, they would actually be able to charge him with stalking and instantly grant me a protective order because you can't do that. That is stalking. But with that post, I need you to send that to me so I can email it. And for anybody that doesn't fucking believe me, I'll show you guys right now. They can have to fucking email them themselves because they probably want to talk to them. Here's the email to the deputy that I emailed today. Everybody's like, there's a picture I sent to the deputy from my email account. There's the video from the security footage and then all of the images. Let me see if I click on this. Yep, there it is. There's a video. So they're investigating it. They're still going to investigate it because there's technically the business side of it not related to me directly. They hit something and left the scene. So as of right now, from what I understand, what my boss told me was she doesn't know if the DM said to go ahead and look into it or not, but the DM knows that I want them to look into it to figure out who was behind the wheel of that truck so we know who's coming in here in a mask and trying to intimidate me at my job and stuff like that, which is pretty fucked up. The fact, if there's anybody out there defending this action, because this clearly fucking happened, okay? I didn't just go randomly find somebody with a expensive ass truck and say, hey, go pull into my job and put the sign on the back of the fucking truck. It'll be funny, haha. Like, nobody's gonna fucking do that. Secondly, I was at work, actively working. I was oblivious, and on camera it actually shows I was completely oblivious to him even coming in. I wasn't even paying attention until I was told that somebody was recording us, and I look over and somebody's in a full mask, and I turn and look at her. I'm like, that's weird. He's wearing a full mask. And to me, I'm thinking like the person kind of looked familiar, and like body style and the eyes. And you can always tell, even if somebody's wearing a mask, you can tell by the eyes and the eyebrows if you recognize somebody. Like, you can still tell. So as of right now, I think that the police are going to check some other cameras up the road, because so about a mile and a half up the road there, or maybe less than a mile, there's a pull-off, there's a park, and then inside that park, kind of to the left, there is a place where it's a government-run facility or county-run facility where they keep like the rock salt for the wintertime for the trucks. They keep plow trucks there and all that stuff. But anyways, they had set up these really good cameras, they said, on that intersection where you could either go right or straight to the highway. Now, you know, I'm not like some investigator or something like that, but, you know, just using my common sense, if I had something obstructing my plate and I just put it there so they couldn't get my plate at one particular place, I'm probably going to pull over at the first available spot to pull those off before I get back onto main roadways, because that would get you pulled over, and the cop's going to be like, why are you hiding your plates? I'm thinking whoever this was, I know which direction they went. There's only one place really that they can pull off in, especially with the trailer. And I'm also assuming they probably pulled over to check on their trailer, because they hit that ditch really hard with that trailer. But those cameras, if they pulled that paper off before they got to that intersection, or they did it in that parking lot, which they could have done it there too, and pulled those papers off and the plates exposed somehow, those cops are going to have that plate. They won't know till they look into it over the next couple of days. He said the detectives more than likely. This was the second time I called on the phone, by the way. I called multiple times. People, like, so here's the thing. If I was setting myself up, why the fuck am I calling a second time to give even further evidence? Like, if these people make no sense and they contradict themselves. But I'm just going to show this real quick. So at 3:08 p.m., so keep in mind, he pulled up in the parking lot at 2:50 p.m. He didn't come in right away. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. There's a receipt. I think it was closer to 3 o'clock. Can you hear me?
Choppy. It was choppy. You are choppy. Yeah, but we can hear you.
So at 3:08 p.m., I made my first call to 911. I had to get permission from my boss first. Anytime we call the police here, unless we're being robbed or something, then we just take this and we push the button and the cops come. My boss actually gave this to me tonight. She said if that truck comes back or anything, don't even call the police, just push the button. So I'm literally, because of this happened to me today, I'm wearing a fucking panic button and everybody thinks this is fucking hilarious. So anyways, I called the cops. Obviously, I talked to a dispatcher, and then I got a return call. Oh, I take that back. I called. Let me go with my phone on here. It's just easier instead of looking at screenshots. Let me go with my call log. A second. So, all right. So here what time was this one? So 3:08 p.m. and then I take that back. I stand corrected. My first call to the police was at 3:03 p.m. So like minutes after he had come in and gotten back out of his truck and peeled off, I called 911. I first called the local sheriff's department, and then after that, my second call to 911 was to Delaware County to get a deputy to go patrol over at where I'm staying at, was at 3:08 p.m., to which the second call for the Delaware County deputy, so the deputy for Otsego ended up coming here in person, and I talked to him here. Then I got a call back from a restricted number, which came in at, hold on, it was like an hour later almost. Yep, so at like 4:27 p.m., the cop called me. We were on the phone for 15 minutes. He basically said, we have a couple deputies patrolling that area right now. We're going to keep an eye on the house for you tonight. We're going to be frequently through there. I was able to email them the picture of the truck with what it looked like with the trailer and everything. So I did that because I want to make sure the people that are there are safe. I'm not even going to be there. What was that?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so here's the other one. So then I called back again at 7:55 p.m. because I'm not going to put their information or say who it is. Somebody had contacted me in between all this to remind me that good guy was in a chat talking about having a GPS tracker put on my van. So I called back again, got the dispatcher, and then a deputy called me at 8:01 p.m. Deputy called me back. We were on the phone for 6 minutes. And that's when we were talking a little bit more into detail about what was happening with the investigation. I was asking them if they can come check my van, if they had the wand or whatever to check my van for any kind of electronic frequency for like a tracker or something like that, because I don't want these fucking people to know where I am. They're showing up where I work, so of course, I don't fucking want them to know where I am. And then he also stated that within the next couple of days, a detective's going to be contacting me, but he did say they're going to, it's county footage. They're going to obtain the video feed for up there. So at the very least, we'll see the truck driving past that spot in that intersection. It doesn't matter if they turned right or left. It's going to get their plate. The government, then when they put plates on the road like that, or cameras on the road like that, they also want to get plate numbers. So they're clear enough to be able to read plate numbers, he said. They use them for accidents during the wintertime because there's a bridge that comes up right there that freezes over that intersection. And there's a lot of car accidents. So they ended up putting a camera there for that reason, but they're able to pull footage. So my job doesn't have a camera where my van first was parked. There's not a camera pointed there because there's not really a need for one there. And also, the company I work for is kind of cheap when it comes to that sort of stuff. But even the cameras that we have, you can see the footage is kind of blurry. Not the best cameras in the world. They're very old cameras. But that camera up the road, he said, has much clearer video. And if their license plate showing, they're going to get the tag, and they're going to be able to determine whose vehicle it was, for one. But what they're also going to do is the leads that I gave them, the names that I gave them today, because I have the full addresses and names of everybody that
you can't. Hold on. Let me go a little bit outside of this too, though. I know the NV cap license plate, but so any grump? Did that look like possibly Mr. Gerald who's helped you, or had that been a grumpy mechanic? Maybe was that a grumpy mechanic or someone with a grudge?
No.
Okay. All right. So we can rule out mechanic grumps and Gerald who's helped you.
Definitely no one I caught.
A lot of work.
I recognized them if it was somebody I caught. It wasn't anybody I caught predator-wise either.
That was another thing. You caught 250 of these people.
The only person that it looked like was the person I had mentioned in my post on my channel and on here earlier. To me, it looked like that. He's I haven't seen him in person before, except for maybe today, but I've seen several pictures of him in the past, and the eyebrows are what were the dead giveaway to me. And people can pretend, oh, that's not. That's fine. It's not for me to care what they fucking think. What I care about is that I might finally have a way to get a restraining order put against this motherfucker to leave me the fuck alone, because he won't leave me alone. Because he came to my place of employment and hit a piece of the property, whether it was a fucking crooked pole or not, and essentially
and I would say, I'm sorry, if we can't see what's out there, anything that's wrong with your vehicle needs to be assessed. That if he tinkered with something, so I would like to send him a bill for all the. I'd like to maybe send him a bill for all the vehicle issues you've been having today, or
well, you mean like maybe he was the reason everything started going?
That would be, kind of cosmic justice if you gotta, if you could tie back to any type of manipulation in your car if there's something wrong with your vehicle over the next coming months. That would be, if we could tie that back to him and sue him in a civil court there, maybe. I don't know.
So here's the thing. After what happened today, I automatically went ahead and ordered some cameras off of Amazon. They're solar powered, so the camera will run all the time. Basically charges up. It'll run at nighttime. It can see at night and day. And it goes through an app, and then it goes to my phone, so I can even view what's on the cameras when I'm nearby it, or if I have Starlink, then it's 24/7. But it still records. They also have SD cards in them, and I'm doing 4 cameras on my van. I'm doing one on each side. I'm doing one in the front, and then I'm doing one in the back. So I'll have a 360 view of my van, and if anybody, mask or no mask, comes and fucks with my van, that's the actual crime, and the police will fucking figure out who it was, especially since it's not a very long list of people that would. Now, there's a long list of people that don't like me, but to be fair, none of those people would ever come anywhere near me to try and fuck with me. They keep it on the internet. Most people keep it on the internet. This motherfucker literally, was right up there with somebody else as they were calling an elementary school, claiming I'm a wanted fugitive coming into their town, and then provides them with my mother's address, which is right up the road, knowing that the school has to take that seriously and send the cops to my mom's address. And then the cops show up at my mom's address, and damn well I'm not coming down there. I'm up in New York, and he's right in there. Hee ha ha. We should do that again sometime, JD. We remember when we did that. We should do that again. And he wants to act like, oh, he called my job this one time. I did call JD's, or I'm sorry, not JD's. I did call Good Guy's job a year after he was trying to get my vehicle repossessed. He swatted my mother by using an elementary school at JD. Even though he didn't make the call, he's right up in there encouraging JD. I look at it as the same fucking thing. Constantly, remember when he thought I lived at some RV park somewhere, and he was calling this RV park? He did it on a live once, or played a record. I can't remember if it was live or he recorded it, but trying to get them to fire me and kick me out of the RV because they thought I was there. But he was still attempting to do that. Remember how he was trying to get my vehicle repossessed? At that time, I
don't remember any of it, but I'm going to take you at your word that you remember clearly. I just don't pay attention to.
There's literal receipts that are all time stamped, and then it's also time stamped when I was like, you know what, fuck this guy. He's not listening to what I'm saying. The cops aren't doing shit. He's not listening to me asking him to just leave me the fuck alone. So I picked the phone up, called his job, and asked them to tell him to leave me the fuck alone. And that was all that I told them. And he cries about it to this day. He's like, oh my gosh, he called my... But you got to remember, if you play the game, don't cry when somebody else wants to play that same game that you've been playing for a year prior than that. And then ever since then, I just kind of laid off of them. And he actually backed off for, I'd say, a couple of months. Even after that, he deleted... You remember he used to have the Good Guy channel with the yellow smiley face? He took his channel down for a month or 2 months after that occurred because he didn't like it when it was done to him. But then he started to get bold again, coming out and doing more and more and more, doxing where I live constantly, and Nunya's chat, and everybody in there allowed it to fucking happen. So to me, they're just as fucking guilty. I've never doxed any of them or done anything to them, but yeah, it's okay because it's me, right? But we'll cry about drunk ass Jeff getting swatted for months, and I seem to recall the side that doesn't like Jeff or them actually coming out and making posts saying it's wrong that somebody did this to Jeff, don't do stuff like this. But then when something happens to me, the other side, oh, he's making this up. This never happened. That's not, they're all coping like, oh, that's not, couldn't possibly be the guy that literally makes his entire channel and life about my van life channel every single day of his life, like posting about me constantly. It couldn't possibly be that guy showing up to his job, not the guy that's obsessed with them and posting where he works, job, his living address all the time. It couldn't possibly be that guy.
He just posted that he got the address last month and was been stalking your site to acquire as much data from it as possible. But
the guy's smart, but he's a retard. He literally, in the same post today, stating that it wasn't him and I'm delusional and I'm paranoid, posts where I work. Nobody else. I never told people where I worked. I would do live streams driving to work, but I would end my stream 10 minutes before I would get to work. I would.
Yeah, he had it since last month. He's been working for months to try to find out where you work for this very purpose, right? There's an evidentiary paper trail of him working for months and displaying it online for him to try to find where you work to do something like this, like they've done, that you have enough paperwork that when you went in and you had that court hearing against John Davis and the judge just basically ran it out of court because you had enough evidence to show that it wasn't in fact you harassing him, it was actually 1,000 times worse the other way, him harassing you, and the judge threw out the case and said you all need to leave each other alone. But at the same time, it all traces back to Red Hood. It all traces back to Red Hood, where this all began, and it's important for people to remember that.
Well, so here's the other thing. I think that the reason somebody showed up at my job now is because they know I'm only weeks away from going full time in my van, and nobody actually knows how long I'm planning on staying at my job. That is between me and my boss. They're the only ones that know that specifically. So, as soon as I finish my van, I could pack up, in a couple weeks after that and just head out west. I could already have a job lined up out west. And I think they know, they now see how close I am with, being done with everything. Like, I'm living in my van tonight, right? I'm super close to being full-time in here. That I think they're panicking because it took them literally 3 years to finally figure out where I laid my head at night and where I worked. It took them 3 years to finally get it right. And they didn't want to miss out on this opportunity to come up here and be fucking children and try and leave graffiti on the side of my van or whatever the fuck it was that they were trying to do, intimidate me. They wanted
to damage it and possibly damage it. Let's keep track of the damages. We cannot miss the fact that there's no surveillance on the outside. There was this person, suspect, that we have an idea of who it was, could possibly have damaged that van, and anything that happens to it now and in the future could be tracked back to that damage. Anyway, all right. Cam,
when it happens to one of them, don't cry about it. I don't want to hear anybody cry for anyone. When I get fed up with it again, like I did the first time, he harassed me for over a year, tried to get my car repossessed all those times, did all that shit. It's all documented. There's receipts for days, and a lot of people have those receipts. And then I snapped, and I called his job to try and, because I figured he's got a lot to lose, right? He lives in a nice house. He's got wife, kids, and a good job. Like, he's not going to want randos from the internet calling his job. Maybe he'll leave me alone. And he did for a couple months after that. I think that made him, and then maybe he figured out a way to explain it to his bosses and then, smooth things over. And then he came back bolder than ever. But if he wants to come here and harass me at my place of work physically, when I literally have just ignored him, I've made no post about him. I've ignored him. I've stuck to myself. I didn't give a shit that he talks about me every day. If he wants to open up that bag of worms, which he already did today, or he knows who it was, one of the two, there's no way he doesn't. I think we could at least agree on that. If it wasn't him that came here today, he knows exactly who that person is. And if it wasn't him, he best get on his horn with all of his technology that he has, that he's able to triangulate where the fuck I am all the time. He better figure out whose truck that is and fucking put it out there to show that it wasn't him. Because, you know, in this place, you're definitely guilty before you're proven innocent. That's how this place has always operated. It's nothing special now. So, you know, it was definitely someone affiliated with that group.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just, he could have proven tonight by simply going live from the same room he's always gone live in, just, you know, people would recognize it, and showing his fucking phone calendar, like, hey, look, time and date. There's no way that I would have been able to make it from there, even if I flew to here, and this time it wasn't me. The dude didn't even fucking do that. So, I mean, I know to some people it seems crazy, but it was 100%. To me, I'm saying 100%. I believe that was him today, because there's nobody else that has it out for me that looks almost just like him. It's hard to tell for sure.
So now the part is building a case and or getting evidence, or just making sure that it doesn't happen again, or to, you know, retaliate in a way that keeps it on the internet the best you can. I cannot sanction people taking stuff off the internet, and but I can understand why people get upset enough to do it off the internet. After you've been fucked with for so many years by a bunch of weirdos, I can understand why someone would take it off the internet.
I hope he didn't take the paper off of his plate when he got onto the toll road that's right up there. Because if he was going to toll road, you would have had to get on the toll road.
And I'm sad that you were such a good friend to Red Hood, who did not return the favor. Cam, when you have an update, let me know. We'll come back with tomorrow.
Doesn't remember that, so.
What's that?
I said all I did was I tried to stand up for Red Hood, who at the time I thought was my friend. I met him in real life. We had what I thought was a good relationship. We did well together on a catch and had fun. I mean, I had no issues with him, and then just randomly one day he hates me. So, I
think it.
I don't need anything back. Well, I want to say this very clearly. I don't need anything back from him for me standing up for him. The point that I was trying to make was simply, like, at least don't fucking, like, trash me to people just to fit in. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't really feel there's actual outrage from him against me. I think it's just more so to fit in. But I'm not going to do that then. That's why I don't even hang around really anywhere at this place, especially nowadays, because I do not have the ability to be in a place and be fake with somebody that I know that doesn't like me. That's why there's people that come in my channel still under their accounts, and if I know that they fucking hate me and more than likely are talking shit about me in another place, I just ban them on site. I don't give an explanation. I don't want them, and I don't care. They can watch all they want. I can't block people from watching, but I'll just get views for it. I don't care. But remember this, your biggest haters are going to give you your most views. And I guarantee you, some of the nights that I only had 4 people watching me on YouTube on a game stream, 2 of those were probably fucking good guys, weird ass, and JD's weird ass fucking sitting there watching even me play a video game all night, you know? So your haters are definitely the ones that will give you the most attention. And they obviously hate that I ignore them. There was something else I wanted to say before we got off of here. I don't know, you talk for a minute. Let me think and see if I can remember what it was. It was important.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think I could fill a book with how you defend somebody on the internet, and then you look, I mean, everybody's responsible for their own actions, but very early on, you went to bat for somebody who, has that internet Gen Z in him, and he thinks it's all a little fun game, and he runs away the minute the going gets tough. and he turns on you to start mocking you after you did meet with him in real life. And I'm not saying that people have to be super loyal, but for the fact that Red Hood exposed himself for who he is, which is a weak coward, and a lot of what you've endured on the internet, it's just a fact. I'm sorry if he doesn't like it and people don't like it. The fact is that a lot of what you've endured by a years-long campaign to try to harass you is because you absorbed most of what Red Hood was absorbing early on when John Davis and the people were doxing him in his name and doing other shit to him. And I don't think he ever thanked you. And then he decides to turn on you. And I don't think he really appreciated it all. So really exposing him for a loser that he is a spineless loser. And that's a fact. And I'm not going to forget. I saw it all play out. And I'm just not that type of friend for people. And maybe I am loyal to a fault sometimes. And I defend people more so than they deserve. And I take them at their word when they lie through their teeth. But I ain't a spineless coward. And unfortunately, we've got a lot of spineless cowards in this community. It's not just Red Hood. It's actually most of the men here are. So anyway, Cam, give me some last closing words, and then I gotta run. What are any last commentary for us? And tomorrow we are expecting you to get the footage of you standing at the cashiers when this guy walked in, so you can all the lies and speculation that you were the one dressed up. You can correct that tomorrow quickly.
Yeah, all she has to do, because she's the only one that can get into the camera, and that was like a comment someone made earlier. Oh, he called his boss back up there. Yeah, fuck yeah, I did, because I feel unsafe right now. I don't know exactly who the fuck this is. They're coming into a gas station with a fucking mask on, with NVCAP covering license plates, and I caught them about to walk up to my van with something in their hand. Of course I'm going to call my boss right now, because I don't know, maybe the cameras fucking reset each night if there was nothing reported. Usually, DVRs will delete each day or something if there. Tomorrow when she gets in, she's going to pull the cameras up, and I'm going to go take a picture of the screen of different cameras and showing the same timestamp and date as the pictures that I posted as he's walking in the door, of me standing behind the cash register with my coworker that you can actually clear. I'm going to get the video of that to her, signaling over by the door as he was walking out, recording, which then you'll see me turn and look. Everything I just said is actually on camera. We only did one. The goal of getting the footage today was to try and get the best image that we could of the person's face with the mask on, and we got that. But now that it's all done and over with, for now, we're going to go and get the pictures of everything else that was happening, and we're also going to look back at the outside cameras, because you can actually see his truck come in. I have a picture for you, Sam, if you want to make my screen big real quick. We just have to zoom in with the camera. We haven't done it yet. We didn't touch the camera at all or alter it to zoom in for this. But actually, I can't tell if they covered their front license plate or not, or if they did, or if it's even a license plate. It could just be like a decorative plate that they cover because they didn't want anyone to identify the vehicle. But there's also another camera of that truck pulling in with the trailer. You can see what I was talking about earlier. It came in through the other entrance. Well, we got a really good camera on the side there. And tomorrow we're going to play with the cameras and get even more footage of the front of the truck. And we might actually, let me zoom in a little. So this is a bad angle because this was moving as I took the picture. When we get on the actual computer, we might actually be able to see who's sitting in the front of that truck and if they have their mask up or not yet. So there will be more coming out tomorrow. Well, thank you.
So appreciate it. Just for the record, is there a second space for another individual in that camper coming up here? We got is there space for a second?
Of course, Dan. We got plenty of room. I'll just have to leave Valentina at her dog watching house for the couple days. And I'll sleep on the floor. You can have the bed.
Awesome. Make room for me. Coming up, Cam, Sam, van life.
Oh,
Somewhere.
Closing words, Sam. Closing words. Remember, anyone that puts the phone in and wants to continue down this path, just know I'm willing and have the means and I'm able to play your game. And I will make content out of it and enjoy every single moment of it. Everything that's been done today. I'm talking directly to you, good guy. That's not have anything to do with this, and you best figure out who it was and stop him from coming up to my job and fucking with me in my personal life. Because I'm about to make your life a living hell, and I'm about to do it a lot better than you ever could. All right, Sam, have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, I'm actually just gonna end this off right now. I just kind of had it connected to the phone. So I'm actually just gonna end this off right now. Have a good night.